Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these wondrous people have agreed once again to come and play silly games with me on a weekend. We're going to get to them in just a second, but first, we're not using a VTT tonight. I mean, we are, but you guys aren't going to see it. So, you're going to have to just listen to the rolls and listen to our descriptions as we move through the map area. Moving forward, this game's not going to be using one at all, so this is kind of a weird hybrid day for that. The character art was done using Hero Forge. If you want Hero Forge minis made, I can't get you a deal, but I can at least take some of the money. If you use the link below the screen, they will pay me a commission on the stuff that you order, and I will leave that commission there as a sort of store credit. And I think the first thing on the list is a bronze gi, and then we can share that on screen, maybe make it, I don't know, maybe even make it part of the logo. We'll see. That's in the future. These wonderful people who have joined me this evening for to help me relive part of my not quite youth, because 1990 I still wasn't young, I was just younger, but to help me relive some of that, these wonderful people have joined me this evening to do a bit of Shadowrun Tiny Frontiers style, by which I mean I took a 1990 Shadowrun campaign and turned it into a Tiny Frontiers campaign because it's easier and more fun and sillier. So, let's start with Mana. Mana Queen, hello. Thank you for making it this evening. And where can we find you? What are you doing?
Well, at the moment, I'm here every Saturday night. My Wednesday show might be going on a brief hiatus because life happens. But usually on Wednesdays, you can find me over at Wandering Haven Publications. I'm here every Saturday, and you might occasionally find me on Twitter if I'm in the mood.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Like some days you just wake up and look at the little bird and go, not today, birdie.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, exactly.
Next, let's move along. Bison, thank you for joining us this evening. You are streaming, did stream, are going to stream?
I have been streaming.
Excellent. What are you streaming?
I've decided on Warfang recently.
Okay.
That's what I've been playing. I stream Tuesday nights. I say 6, but it usually ends up being 7.
Yeah.
Pacific Standard Time. I pretty much stream what I want. Like I said, lately it's been Warframe because it's weird that it's a game that I find relaxing. Even though there's just bullets and shooting and all that fun stuff. Yeah. But yeah. And then other than that, you find me on Sundays playing Bickford Barkswipe on the World at Large here at Dirty 20 Gaming. For
another sort of like 8 to 12 weeks, and then that's going to be wrapped up. Yeah, you might, the way you guys are going through this, it might not even be that long. But thank you for joining us tonight, and I'll thank you again tomorrow night when we do this all again in a completely different format. Next. Oh, Roosbar, thank you for joining us. What have you been doing?
Nothing.
No? Thank you for your honesty. Extra bonus points. I'm fucking serious. Have a reroll for later tonight.
I've been having some occupational changes. So I'm in the middle of switching departments at work. So I've been kind of focusing more on that than anything else.
For sure.
Going full-time IT instead of admin. So
got
a lot of reading to do for JBase and crap like that.
Wow. From one massive headache to a different and slightly larger massive headache. But congratulations, I guess, are in order.
Thanks.
You can sleep later. Yeah.
So the resurrection of the stream will be coming. It's pending.
Yep. Once the new once life impinges. I keep telling people life first, game second. Some people don't believe that, but those people are nuts. Because you spend a couple hours a week gaming, maybe, I mean, I'm a bit of a pig, and I'm somewhere around 8 or 10 hours a week of actual gaming. That's still a tiny, tiny portion of your life. So get that shit together first, and then come game. Use this to get away from that. But yeah, let's do that. One left, though. I always save you for last because I have to clear my throat first. Bat Kyle. Hello, welcome. You're muted.
Yeah, I was doing the Batusi.
Okay, I saw. But, yes, but we couldn't hear you doing it.
there was no music to it.
Oh, there wasn't my. That's too bad because there wasn't my head.
No,
what are you up to?
Not a whole lot. I do this every Saturday right now. Otherwise, you'll find me lurking in various streams, modding for a couple, especially. Gonna drop that here. My lovely wife, Blaze of Gloriosa, who's been on the stream before. She streams Mondays, some Wednesdays, and on Fridays we do gloriously bad movie nights where we watch really bad horror movies and do shots. We'll usually have one or two people in Discord with us in the peanut gallery to kind of MST3K, whatever we're watching. And when you're watching something like Lamageddon, you kind of have to MST3K it.
Oh, for sure. Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So.
That sounds like a tremendous amount of fun. Yes. And P.S. Once was not enough. We need the fabulous Gloriosa back for more games. There's lots of room coming, lots of games coming, which I guess I should talk about very briefly before we get started. An avalanche of games and gaming availability is about to hit Dirty 20 Gaming. We've got at least 3 full-length adventures starting. We just have to find nights to put them on. Just those 3 with what we're doing is already 6 nights a week of streaming. So we are about to get at least pushing double of what we're now pushing for nights of the week, and because it's 5e, it's probably going to be longer format stuff too. So stay tuned for some major changes. The first one of them was last week. It was our very own Eddie, who we were lucky enough to meet through a project a lot of us were sharing. And he ran Poseidon's Promise. Turns out to be episode 1 of 2. It wasn't planned, but that don't matter because that's how this works. You need more time. You got more time. Let's finish it. But they'll be back for that, I believe, somewhere around towards the end of the month. Stay tuned for details. But it was a huge success, and we've got many more in the pipeline. So come watch other people. I get to watch this channel. It's going to be weird. Anyway, so with that, let's get into this. Let's just go. We know where we are. We're playing Harlequin. This is a long form. This is a revenge tale that has lasted for hundreds of years. You, as the characters, have no idea yet. You've done one mission for stupidly rich people. But tonight we begin with a quote. A fairly famous one, I gotta say. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? William Shakespeare said that, and I'm very happy to read it. The rest of you, all of you, are 45,000 credits richer than you were 24 hours ago. The fire is settling a block away from you as what used to be the Cecil burns to the ground. Over the next sort of day or two, we're just going to go around and sort of, what do you do? How does your life change with sort of enough money to buy a nice sports car? Just as an example. Let's start with,
Roll a d4.
Let's start with feedback.
Feedback. Some of his money goes into the nest egg, of course. You know, when you need to bug out, it's good to have money. Hard currency, of course. The rest of it goes into the glove. From manual digitation and lockpicks and all that garbage to wireless communication and sound.
Okay.
Feels it's more in theme.
I'm not gonna lie. For a moment, my brain just went, "Oh, he's stuffing all his money into a glove under the bed."
Yeah.
No, that's the nest egg. Were you not listening?
Yeah, that was the first bit. Yeah. There's a sock.
Stuff it in my
There's a sock and a glove. You don't understand at all.
And
Yeah.
a system.
And so okay, so yeah, put a little away and invest in your tech. Jason.
To the surprise of nobody who actually knows Jason, nothing changes.
Mhm.
Jason just goes about his life as normal. The entirety of that money just got to the side. He doesn't spend a cent outside of his normal income, anything like that. It just
Yeah, doesn't
is
even...
left untouched, and he goes back to his weird, mad scientist lab and continues about his days because, as far as he's concerned, that money doesn't exist for the moment.
Perfect. Jet.
Jet, of you might not think it, but he's going to diversify his stock portfolio. He has some very savvy investments set up, not really stashes, because Jet doesn't really hide. He's just planning for the future, for the time where he doesn't need to unlimber Zappy and chuck flashbangs at people and accidentally help burn down low-grade hotels. That's where most of it goes. A little bit of it goes to very, very high quality alcohol.
Oh, yes.
And just a little bit of it goes to the cybernetic horse races.
Okay.
Because he's got a system.
Well, yeah, you would. And I just realized...
Isn't everybody who gambles?
And I just realized in the cybernetic horse races, this race is fixed has a whole different meaning.
It does.
Like this horse is fixed. It's like, that's a good thing. Yeah.
It was sparking last time.
Exactly.
They overclocked that horse.
That poor jockey.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And the only thing I'm gonna add to this is Jet. If Jet is having moral quandaries already, you're in trouble tonight. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, it's not moral quandary so much as he doesn't normally draw that much attention.
Oh, I see.
Most of his work, despite the big gun and everything, there's either nobody left to tell on him.
Yep.
Or there's just enough layers of plausible deniability. But in this one, they just ran in, stole some shit.
But to be fair, there's only one or two witnesses left, and they're buried under a large pile of rubble. So you're probably fine.
That's kind of smoldering on fire.
Yeah, and everybody's going to blame the Eastern European soldiers that live there and spout steam. So you'll be fine. But
crazy Russians ruin everything.
Moose, what are you doing?
It's more of the same. I've been doing this for a long time now.
Yeah.
It's, maybe if I saw some really nice mono-edged sword in a shop or something, I might pick that up. But it's...
Oh, yeah.
My safe house is basically a small garage with an armory on the side. Might add some toys to the armory, buy another bug out bag, things like that. Just extra preparation. Maybe I'll find another cheap place that I can stash some stuff in.
Yep.
In another part of town.
A drop. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Easy. Don't even bother taking the money off. That doesn't even put a dent in it. Because, you guys were making a living before, right? This is big deal money. So, with that, you get everything sorted out. Everybody's sort of settling into their various levels of new or old settled in when the icon shows up again. When you click on it, it scans you again, and you're connected. The little holograms come up that only you can see. And the talking head speaks. It says, "In a moment, feedback will receive a package. Inside that envelope is another envelope. Do not open the inner envelope. We will know if you do. Keep it safe and with you at all times. At this moment, feedback, this shouldn't be able to happen because the bottom of your door fits, but thump, a letter comes underneath your door.
Wizards.
Yeah, it is pretty close, yeah.
Magic.
Just trust wizards.
24 hours from now, you will be expected to place that envelope in the lap of a very specific dead person. A group exists that calls themselves the Allegiri Paranobilis, also known as the APN. They are a group of humans who borderline worship the Allegiri for their photon-related healing abilities. For those that don't know that race in this game, if they stand in the sun, they heal. I don't understand why everybody doesn't play them, but never mind. In their fervor, they suggest that the actual Allegiri should become prophets and mystics who spend all their time absorbing souls' magical rays. On top of this, the most militant members have taken to body modification to make themselves more Allegiri-ish. Almost all members wear hoof boots and dye their skin red, but only the hardcore have their horns surgically implanted. They look like tieflings, by the way. Basically.
Those again.
Yeah.
I was like, I know what we're getting at.
Somewhere between bull and tiefling, yes. Our client is unhappy with this situation and requires that it be solved with proof. This mission involves gathering all 5 left horns from the leadership of this organization and leaving that envelope on the lap of their very dead leader, who calls himself Saul the Sane. And there's a blip in your phones, and there's an attachment underneath the thing, and there's a link comes up with a series of holographic pictures of the 5 targets. May we suggest you start by searching the databases for a blueprint of the building they're in, and blip, up comes an address. 30,000 credits now, 30,000 upon completion. Bonuses for not involving Lone Star. The warehouse is in a shitty part of town again, like before, which is good because less security, less Lone Star response times. But they, again, as they always do, no thank you, no cutoff, no explanation. They just stop talking and poof, they're gone.
I was gonna ask.
Go ahead and ask.
Like,
they were almost gone.
Just real quick,
yep.
Those 5 horns, I know we need to kill the leader. Do we have to kill the other 5, or do we just take the horn? Is there a preference?
The contract requires only 1 death. That of Saul the Sane. Yes.
Okay.
Does the contract care if there are more deaths as long as Lone Star isn't involved? Asking for a friend.
There are
friend
no...
is Moose.
And there's a, you can tell that the recorded face must be based on a real face or a really good software, because it smirks, like it gets the joke, right? There will be no bonuses paid per body as per se. However, they do want this group humiliated, shamed, and in the long run destroyed. And for that, bonuses may very well be paid. Yeah, you know, if you didn't get that, that's a plausible deniability open season with bonuses.
We're not telling you that we're going to pay you more if you kill them, but like,
it's a plausibly deniable
we'll pay you more
bounty.
If it's entertaining.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. They want you to make the news. Bring this story to the public, make them look ridiculous. These are a bunch of humans that dress up like aliens and want to worship. I mean, they're not alien heritages, right? They're just from other planets. They want to worship them because they have an ability that humans don't have. They're trying to look like them. Calling them a cult is probably a nice thing that you could say about these people.
Posers.
Deluded is probably,
they're
posers. There's the word, yes.
Exactly.
1990, that's exactly the right word that would have been used in 1992.
That is literally the exact
they
right
are posers.
word.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. So
feedback already doesn't like them.
Yeah. So with that feedback, you have the envelope. You can feel through the padded envelope. There's another rigid envelope inside.
Okay.
and they told you don't open it, they'll know.
Yeah, he's going to do the usual paranoid shit. He's going to do a bomb scan.
Oh yeah.
He's going to hold it up to the light, shake it a little, once they determine it's not explosive.
Yeah. And this is I'm going to steal something from another game. The take 20. You take 20 minutes to do something. It's the equivalent of rolling a 20, right? You take your time. You're a pro. You've gotten explosive mail before, and that's something you don't want to do twice. So you scan it and run it through the full rigmarole. Yeah. And it is, other than being the inside envelope being absolutely impenetrable to any kind of scan that you can run on it. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing trapped about it. That inside envelope is only like that thick. And it's about in inches, because that's a hint, about 9 by 12.
I bet it says get well soon.
So that's the envelope. The rest of you, you were asked, it was suggested that somebody might want to go looking for the blueprints. They would, of course, be online, and it would require some hacking.
Yeah. I think that would probably be the next thing, because
good, the dad jokes have started. Yes, go.
First thing he's going to do is,
well, that's you again, right? You're the hacker. Yeah.
Actually, no, he's got all. We would have all been on the voice of the conference call.
Yes.
So I can get the glitter out of the carpet. That's why he moved.
Yeah. So this image leaves the meeting, and it leaves the four of you sort of still in this hollow meeting. So yes, there you go. Now you can communicate freely without getting off your couch, just like the real world.
So he's gonna do a hack roll to try and find the blueprints to this place.
We're gonna do this a slightly modified version of this. It's not just gonna be a single roll. We're gonna do the firewall feedback payoff system that's in Tiny Frontiers.
Okay.
So you start looking. I mean, it's fairly simple. This is going to be in the city, in the city records, right? That's where you would look for blueprints. They had to be registered when they built the building, so that's where you would look. So you sort of go to the public website and figure out a way around. I mean, it's a given that you get around the front page and get into where you can actually start hacking. There are in front of you.
Someone with a government job made this. Come on.
Oh yeah. This was the lowest bidder one. Yeah, for sure. In front of you, you can see there's two sections, and they're protected each with their own firewall. One of them is really basic. It's a really simple firewall. The other one is overkill. It is big, bad, and nasty. Not only is it going to be very hard to hack, if you miss, it's going to hurt.
Feedback's not one to run back down from the challenge. Because a government basic fucking city records, infrastructure crap like that shouldn't have a firewall like this.
Well, here, I'm going to give you one more piece of information, and it's kind of important, and I forgot, so I'm just going to sneak it in now. Before you have to go through either one of those, the information you need is in the public research module. Like, you can just go, you're just basically in there uninvited. So you go find the floor plan. It's 2 stories. It used to be a warehouse, garage sort of unit combination. We'll get to that. That's easy. You have that, but it's been changed, and you're not the first person that's looked at it today.
Okay.
Now you've got the low and the hard to follow. You don't know where they go, but
don't know where they go. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send the blueprints back to my server.
Yep.
To make sure that's been squared away. I wouldn't want to leave without anything.
The dark cloud.
The dark cloud.
Yeah, I've got the dark web. Yeah, this is the dark cloud.
Oh no, you gotta say
I'm
it like
starting a business tomorrow morning, man. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dark web.
Yeah.
So yeah, that goes back to the dark cloud
and its protection system, black lightning. Yeah. Okay, go. This is getting ridiculous.
And he's going to Yeah, he's gonna probe the high security one.
The high security one. Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't back down from a challenge. He doesn't trust it.
Yeah, you have to have hacking to even try this one.
Yep, I do.
So you do. I believe. Are you rolling real dice tonight?
Yep, I'm rolling real dice tonight.
Disadvantage. That's how tough this is. You roll one die. A 5 or a 6 is a success.
Okay. That's with hacker.
Yep.
And the Xenotech expert. Can I get something out of that?
This is not Xenotech, so no.
Damn. Okay.
No.
All right.
I told you it was hard.
Fail too.
You failed. Okay. Yeah, you start working on it, and it does my favorite ancient army defense. It starts to give and give and give, and you start to go in and it's not you until you realize that you're in before the teeth close. This is part of the trap. You walked into black ice with your eyes open, and you walked right down the throat of the whale. You can disconnect at this point. It's the only way out, right? Your thumb every neuron in your body is telling you that you hurt. Parts of you that don't exist are sending pain messages to your brain. It's everything you've got to squeeze that button. You press the button and come out, and you have to remember how to breathe. Like, your brain is overloaded. And you
I dunk my head into the bucket of ice that's next to me.
3 points of damage.
3 points
from that one wall. That's the biggest, baddest ice there is. You roll a disadvantage to break it, and if you screw up, you take 3. That's like corporate, government, rich people we were talking about. That's rich people we were talking about levels of security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to go back in and try the other one? You'd be rolling at advantage. You come out of this with something.
Yeah,
you're bleeding from both ears.
He's
anyway.
Extremely disappointed. Yeah, he's bleeding from his ears. Yeah. You know, his eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's pissed. He wants to get out of here with something at least.
Okay. So you reconnect. You drop back into the sort of the lobby and around the interface again, and back into the actual files. Cruise over the open area. That door that you just tried, that firewall that you just tried to break that failed, now has a little image on it. It's a it takes a second because it's a profile, like a side view, but it's an Alighieri or Alighieri. I'm still not sure how I want to pronounce this. But it's got that slightly bovine face, and what's unmistakable is the sort of, this one has sort of cow horns. That sort of style of horn rather than the big curly ram horns. That image is superimposed on that firewall.
Mess with a bull, you get the horns.
Well, it tells me a lot more than a straight fail would have been.
Yep.
So
fail forward, man. Fail forward.
I'm going to log that image. Maybe to run against some background information later. But yeah, no, he's focused now on the other gate.
Okay, you flip around to the other one. This one, roll with advantage. This one's easy.
I got a 6.
A 6. So you, like I said, you weren't the first one here, and following this firewall, they left this. Like, this is amateur shit, right? They didn't just make a back door. They made a back door that can be opened from the inside and then didn't take it with them. This is like not pro work. You don't even have to go through the door. You can just scan it. It's connected to an account. They didn't even use like a VPN. They didn't even change their address. It's super easy to track. You don't know where the location is, but the address takes you to the equivalent of a Facebook page. And that's the same. Their avatar is that same bull image.
Okay, so this is the front. Make it look cheap and fake. He's gonna leave a virus to track logins and access.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking specifically for IP addresses, names. You know, he's gathering intel. Blackmail even.
Give me a roll with advantage to get it into this system without getting busticated.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Barely.
I'm not going to ask how do you barely get a 5. It's
Well,
hovering
it was-
slightly above the table.
No, a little cocked.
All right. So yes, yeah, you can drop that marker in there, no problem at all, and it will track the. You are now in the APN system, so to speak, just as a tracker, not as like you can't control anything, but you can track the ins and outs.
Just watching.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like a gumshoe, you know, with the long tan coat and the big fedora, and he's got like a flip pad.
Yeah,
he's writing down names and stuff.
Magnifying glass inside.
Exactly.
All right. Anything anybody wants to do before you go on this run?
Yeah, I sent you a little message over Discord about something Jet's gonna do.
Sorry, just gonna open up that. Hang on.
That's all right.
So many things. Yep. Done. Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely. No question. Easy. Your supplier just takes them out of the crate of each. It's like the Costco, your personal Costco. It's like, oh, again, the same order as usual.
I mean, Jay probably would like. I mean, he's a hologram, so like he exists in his orb, you know. But he probably like restocks like all his stuff. Like that's like, but that probably happens like pretty much right when they get back to their lives. He's like, all right, restocks, and he's like, keep going. At this point, my cat in real life is being so obnoxious that I'm tempted to give Jason a holographic cat companion.
It's a virus. Yes,
like,
you have a cat virus. Yeah.
But other than that,
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Jason is good.
Just so we can start the conversation, I just moved you guys to again the viewers. Yeah, you are frozen as all get out. No, you're
back.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know.
Welcome back.
All right. So, please tell me that you can see. You're on the wrong map. Never mind. One moment.
I see the dark vastness of space.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I see too.
Nope. Still the wrong map. I used to be able to know how to do this. Here we go.
At this point, Jason has a holographic cat companion because my cat in real life is.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
You have a cat virus. Yes.
Yeah.
It just follows you around. You can never quite catch it. It jumps off of stuff and disappears.
And then when you look at it,
it runs away. Schrodinger's virus. Yeah, as soon as you look at it, it's gone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jason absolutely has a Schrodinger.
So
Canon.
I know the answer from chat is no, but that's because we made a decision. Can the rest of you see a map?
Yes.
You should be able to see the whole map because this is the blueprint that you just got, that you just stole.
The ground floor?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the ground floor. There is a floor above. I can show you that as well, but I figured seeing as how you're going to you do the Google Maps thing and look at it from there too, of course. I mean, you would, right? It is an old warehouse / garage. Every one of the windows is bricked up solid. There are a grand total of 2 ways into this. There's a double door right in the front on a main street, and then there's one door around the back. That leads into what appears to be the staff areas. You guys can kind of see that on the map. The second floor, there is a floor plan for it, but there's no names or information on what each of these rooms do. So, with that, this would typically where it would be, or I would say, do you wish to do some planning? Because this is the information. Any questions really you want from me, let me know. So
we don't really know what we're facing in there because somebody cooked their brain a little bit.
He's still kind of staring off into space. One eye is just sort of like traveling.
Yeah, bit of smoke coming out of an ear. Yeah, just one ear.
Yeah, just one ear. Yep. The other one's bleeding. Yeah,
his brain is medium rare. So. Obviously, I don't think we want to go in the front. Okay, most of us probably don't want to go in the front door. I'm not going to speak for Moose on that one. So we've really got 3 options. The front door, which is probably not a great idea. The back door, even though we don't know what we're facing back there, how that door operates, how to get in or out. Though we'll probably solve that when we get there. Third way would be getting up onto the roof. Can we check on Google Maps to see if there's a good, somewhat easy way to get onto the roof instead?
I don't know about an easy way to get onto the roof, but if you can get onto the roof, I'll give you this without a roll. I'm going to make you roll to see if you can find a way onto the roof, but I will give you, if you get onto the roof, there's two little structures, or one is of an air conditioning unit, the other one is one of those little tiny huts that looks like an outhouse that's actually access to the stairwell, because this was such a good idea. So yes. No.
Do you want me to roll to see if I can find
absolutely.
a way, or just
this is your city. Give me a roll with advantage. Yeah.
Oh, all right. 2 5s and a 4.
Okay, that is 2 successes. You find a you find a spin-off company of a famous delivery company from a couple sort of a generation ago. These guys rent no-name drones that will carry you. Like, you sit in a little octocopter and it flies you to a place, and once it takes unregistered chip money, and once it gets there, it immediately erases everything it knows about the trip.
Nice.
4 of those would put you on the roof, and then at the push of a button, then they would go away and hover somewhere, and then at the push of a button, they would come back if you wanted them.
Feedback. This is more your thing, I think, although anybody else is welcome to weigh in. Can you find out if what kind of camera coverage we have pointing that might see that roof?
I can certainly try. What do we have? It's searching for cameras. I don't see any on the blueprints, and they have made adjustments.
Yes, you don't know what those changes are, and yes, this is just blueprints. It doesn't show wiring. It doesn't show purpose. They're also almost 20 years old.
Can Jason try something? Because he does have. Oh my God, where's my character sheet? I know it's in here somewhere. Hold on, one sec. He does have a built-in hard drive and an eidetic memory.
Yep.
So can he, search his internal web for perhaps something a little more updated?
You come up against the same, I'll give you this. You come up against that same firewall.
Okay.
Badass.
Does he want to try? Yeah, he's like, well, he knows what happened to feedback, but the thing is that Jason doesn't have a physical brain.
Yep.
So if he were to fry, he'd probably like shut down for an hour.
Oh, I've already got like 2 ideas for what will happen if you fail.
He'd probably just like and just like hit. Also, somebody would have to catch his ball and be like.
Also, like, do you have the hacker feed?
No, he doesn't. He has an eidetic memory, but he is an engineer.
But eidetic memory is only going to help you if you've been there before. It's because you have no memory of this guy. Yeah,
and exactly. So he comes up against the same. Like, I mean, he does search.
You can see it, like, but but
he'll go and he'll look at Jet and be like, no.
Yeah, honestly, because you don't have that hacker skill, I wasn't going to let you have a go at it, but you can at least see it, right?
Yeah, no, but like I mean, he doesn't feel like useless, like he likes feeling very useful. So he'll search for it, and then he'll look at Jet and be like, no.
All right.
Like just deadpan, no.
Yeah.
Now, do the Alakiri or these space goat people, do they have any like a natural enemy, like another race that they really hate and really hates them, or something?
Not as such. There's nobody that's openly racist against them. However, they are kind of known for good or ill, and at least partially stereotyped, but at least partially based on their behaviors, to be sort of snooty and uppity and sort of rules oriented, and
I would say there's probably a fairly large group of humans that are not fond of them.
Yes.
It's just the way humans are.
Yes.
Well, my thought was if there was another race that didn't like them, we would all print out masks just in case of that race. But how about we kind of flip that around? And since it seems like everybody's got a 3D printer these days, everybody print an Alligiri mask, but make it really messed up. Like total caricature, add whatever flair you want. Because if we're going in there, let's really stick it to them.
Remember, you guys, you're going to the
Curry
top
from
5.
Legend.
You're going against the top 5 in this organization who you've been told all of them have gone through cosmetic modifications. Like they've had surgery, they've had horns implanted, they've had their skin reddened, they've had their features changed. So yeah, these people are serious. So yes.
I'm going to go in wearing a Trump mask.
Not
Why
quite
would you
what I
want
was
a
going
mask of
for,
some
but I
like
could
nobody
He's
car
scary.
salesman from New Jersey?
Yeah.
Same
Excuse
thing.
you, I live in New Jersey.
Are you a car salesman?
No, I
You
mean,
just
You got
I,
nothing to worry
salesman.
about.
to be fair,
Yeah, exactly.
I live like 10 minutes from the New York border, so I don't think really that counts.
It's
But, you know,
almost Jersey.
close enough.
No, mommy, it's scary and it's from the past and I don't like it. No.
I need to go and grab a drink. It's hot. It's so hot in here.
You bet.
All right.
That's all right.
Well then,
I
Jets,
saw my
Um,
earphones. I can see it.
Can Jason, this is an out of character question. He is a hologram, right?
Yeah.
So he does have programming to appear a certain
Yep.
way.
You can
So
appear,
can
yeah.
he just appear as he wants?
Yes.
Sometimes? All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically
So-
a changeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Jet proposes this, and Jason's like bloop, into his ball, and then bloop, right back out, and it's like this weird, not quite,
Not quite
Exact.
right. Alligiri. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
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 shiny. I dig it.
Yeah.
Since everybody's kind of got their own idea, Jet's actually gonna grab one of those old, like the fake rubber devil masks.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be very bad form. Yep. I love it.
Feedback
Very insulting.
misunderstands the assignment and comes up with a horse mask.
No, I hope it's not a mask. I hope it's one of those like fully over the head.
Oh yeah.
Just-
It's going to have zero effect on anything he does because that's
Yeah.
funny. Yes.
The
So
rubber horse mask.
just to be clear, we have a devil mask. We have a fake alley. Let's just call him that for now.
Yeah.
We have what feedback? You have you got the horse mask. And
Orange skin fanatic.
I heard orange skin sack. That can't be what you said.
No, fanatic.
An orange skin fanatic.
And Cheeto Hitler. Yep.
That shall not be named. No.
Oh,
An
no,
orange
sorry.
skin
No,
fanatic
that's
is
the wrong
something-
F word. Fascist. That's right.
Yeah. All right. So we're going with the subtle approach. Gotcha.
Yeah. The subtle approach.
So, fully armed, fully prepped, and each of you, I should mention, with a bag of narrative necessity, which you can reach into and take in anything out of that does not directly affect the ability of a roll. So just something for narrative reasons. Do we have rope? Yes. It just avoids me saying yes all the time. So yeah, you have one of those each.
I'll have a grapple
Geeks
gun.
Explorers pack. It's all the Explorers kit.
Yes.
Explorers
Essentially,
Pack Plus.
a moldy
Explorers Pack
tangerine.
Plus.
Oh, duck mask. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. So with
He'll have
that,
Scott. He knows exactly
yes,
the mask I was
yeah.
thinking of.
yeah.
The only other thing I would want to check on before we go,
Yep.
just in case, is feedback. Since you like wrecking shit through electronic means, do you have any way to kill the power to that block, or even just that building? Because if we don't know where the cameras are, they don't do a lot of good if there's no power for them.
We 5 minutes with the power box, and we will be good.
Well, all right then.
Perfect. So let us begin. Let's start this run. Let's begin with feedback at that power box. You're down at the end of the block. Pop the lid open on the unit. You can see it's all laid out because there's a little screen. You can cut off the power to basically that block and a little bit of the next block just because of the way it's wired. So it won't just be this building, but basically a city block will go out. About 7 or 8 buildings this size.
he's going to frame it like a brownout.
Yep. So
It's going to be, it's going to a little bit, and then it flickers, and then.
Okay.
So.
Okay, give me a.
It'll be.
So 3 dice.
Common in the burbs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is what happens when corporations run the power.
1, 2, and 3.
Wow. Okay.
Those dice are going back in the box.
Yeah.
Dice jail.
Dice
jail.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
like, dice jail.
with that 1, 2, and a 3, yeah, you fail to shut down that. Your rolling brownouts thing doesn't work. The sort of defense mechanism catches it, and I'm using the wrong words, but sort of herds it and keeps it into one little small space. It doesn't get where it needs to go. It doesn't shut anything off, and it puts the system on high alert. So any future check would be more difficult.
I'm switching to a different brand of coffee after today.
All right. We have access to the wires, right?
Oh yes, physical wires are still there. Yep.
Okay, so I have tinkering. I'm an engineer.
Yep.
I have
And
the
you're
bag
a
of
name.
necessities.
Yep.
And you're a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a name. So I want to set up a little something to set off the start the brownout, not immediately, but about 20 seconds before we're set to arrive by a Schuber.
Okay. The Schuber. Thank you. I've been trying to figure out what it was, but yeah.
Nice.
SHHHH exclamation point Uber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Schuber. Yep. Thank you. Writing it down.
SCHUBER.
Yep.
It's
Schuber.
I'm imagining a bunch of the little trouble bubbles from the old G.I. Joe animated
A goldfish bowl with a rotor on it.
Yeah, basically. So with that, yes, the wires are there. You hook up a very old-fashioned because this is fiber optics. So you just put an acid ring around the wire, and it takes a while to eat through the rubber, and then once it gets inside, it's just eating the fiber optic, and it's just eating its way to the core, just making things worse and worse and worse. That's how I see it working, so that's how it works in this world. Bam.
Awesome.
So you set that up, and you know you've got whatever it is, like 20 minutes before you need to go in, before you're ready to go, before it starts to have the effect.
Okay. Well then, does anybody else have anything you want to take care of before we hop in and go?
I think it is best if I don't touch anything before we start.
I'm not gonna lie, when Jet was kind of engineering that, Jason was like, I mean, Jason kind of has an unnerving stare to begin with, right? He's not like a very personal person. Yeah. And so Jason is just like at Jet the entire time, like intensely watching what Jet is doing, because he's just like.
Well, see, what Jason may not know is Jet actually went to school for engineering, so he went to school with engineers. So the
Jason's an engineer too. Yeah,
stare
exactly. Yeah, Jason's an engineer too. So he's it's that curious.
Yeah, but
you're
used to being stared at.
Yeah. I'm used to being stared at by people who look like they have nothing to lose and possibly orphan bones in their crawl space.
Yeah. Jason's is a little more unnerving that because he has absolutely no humanity or emotions.
Well, yeah, you don't breathe either. I just realized.
He doesn't breathe.
When you stand, when you're still, you're still.
Yeah,
right. You don't breathe. Like, you don't blink. Nothing.
Like it's not even nodding. It's just an eye flick the entire time. Like
you haven't worked a 16.
Scan. I'm just like
16 in the stacks, and you come up looking like that anyways.
Yeah. I mean, but it's like it's kind of out of curiosity. But Jason's just like,
Jet has been both to Chuck E. Cheese's and Madame Tussauds.
Yes.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
All right.
So with that, I'm not even going to make you roll for the effect. You guys just go and hang out near the building. A couple bits of information as you actually physically get to the building. It's a gray, old-fashioned warehouse that clearly used to have a garage door in the front. All the windows and that door have been bricked up, leaving only the double doors at the front. Around the back, where I've got you guys there is that one door here. Just outside that door, there's basically a fancy bike rack, and there's e-bikes, scooters, and then sort of bigger sort of e-motorcycles, like full-blown, full-size motorcycles. Almost everybody here appears to be on scooters or bikes of some sort. Every once in a while, you watch for a little while, somebody will come out of the front door and walk either left or right. They go in groups of two, either left or right around the building and then go in the back door. They're clearly on guard and they look nervous. They're ready for something.
I think something tipped them off. All right, before we go up to the roof, because that was still the plan in the trouble bubbles, because that's what I'm referring to them now, even though I named it Huber. They're the trouble bubbles. Can we take a few minutes in between pathing to disable as many of these scooters as possible, or possibly trap them? Does somebody want to trap them?
You'd have
I
to
don't
go
want
down
anybody getting away.
You'd have to go, like, for that, you'd have to go down to the ground and do that and then fly back up, right? Because you guys are coming in by air, right?
Yeah, never mind.
You're doing the Navy SEALs insert from the roof, so.
Yeah.
You know, we could probably flick some creds to like one of those chip heads and get them to mess with that stuff.
Go steal the catalytic converters.
They'll strip the copper out of anything.
You could absolutely hire somebody before you go. Yes, that's easy. Moose, you would know all kinds of people.
Yep.
Really wouldn't be that hard to find some chip heads that
you can do that. Yeah. So,
score.
but yeah, as you guys swoop in above, you look down and see 4 people dressed in sort of predator cloaks. You can just sort of see weird shapes messing around with the bikes, but then you see sparks and covers coming off and vital pieces just disappearing. Yeah. I just because you guys are coming in on the roof, I put up the map for you guys again for the second floor, so at least you know what that layout is. The oh, I got you in 2 places actually on that map. So I'll give these guys the where you guys are on this map. That's where the roof thing is. That's the stairs.
Okay.
So you'd be 1 floor up technically from this.
All right. Well, then if we land, can we do a quick scan to see if we see any cameras or anything? Will that help? I don't know what miniaturization for cameras
you can just here. I mean, it's an easy scan on the way in. There are cameras, but they're all on the roof pointed down.
Oh.
Which makes perfect sense. So this was an absolutely brilliant idea coming up by Octocopter.
Well, that actually concerns Jason, because like if they're that on guard, why wouldn't the cameras kind of be pointed also?
Nobody looks down. Nobody looks down.
Nobody looks up.
But
all the cameras.
Nobody looks up.
Down.
I mean, nobody looks up.
Yeah.
But
Nobody
also like.
Yeah. At least if you've seen horror movies, they don't look up until the thing is right above them.
Yes.
Oh, so
it's too late.
we're the horror monster.
Yes.
Well, we are here to kill everybody, make some mutilations.
Potentially, well, only 5 of them. Yeah, you don't know how many people are here, but
generally the base level thugs, burglars and stuff will not take a fancy entrance up top.
Yeah, these guys don't think that they're important enough to be attacked by somebody who can afford helicopter access, right? Like it's like the Navy SEALs showing up.
In little Jetsons bubbles.
Yeah. It's hard to be a hero with that noise. Yeah, I know.
Here comes SEAL Team. Really?
Yeah. Actually, in this, I think the Jetsons happened a while ago. Wasn't the Jetsons 2040 or something?
It was like 2020s.
2020s, yeah.
George Jetson was born on July 30th, 2022. George Jetson was just born. Okay.
Happy birthday, George Jetson.
So George is now 28 in this world that we're playing in. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the kids are even younger. But yeah, never mind. We're not going to rebuild that world. So with that, you guys fly in on the ceiling, making whatever noise you like, in whatever shaped craft you like, because it's all happening in everybody's head at the same time. So you get to paint your own movie. You fly in over the city in one of those shots where like the camera is the 5th drone and you guys are sort of for no reason whatsoever you're doing that weavy thing and flying between buildings and scaring people that were moon tanning on the roofs and all that good stuff.
I should have taken Dramamine. Okay. Well, assuming we land safely,
And you
take a breather.
You swoop in
You
on the
did pay
roof.
for the gold package, right?
Yeah.
The ones that come with landing.
Gold. I said gourd.
And
The
they
gourd
they come
package.
down just dunk 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 onto the roof, hovering just millimeters off the surface. The wind of their blades blowing the debris and ash off the roof, causing a bit of a stir, but nothing anybody's going to notice in this town. You leap off, and they fly off in 4 different directions. You know, all you have to do is push a button on your watch, and they'll come back to pick you up.
All right, synchronized swatches. Oh wait.
They've all got the little rubber band thing that
yeah,
crosses
exactly.
them for safety. Yeah, and so you can't see what time it is. Yeah.
All right. My first thought would be, you said we can reach the AC unit and the doorway down.
Yep.
Jet's gonna go over to the AC unit,
Yep.
and he's going to reach into the bag of tricks, and he's gonna pull out a mild anesthetic,
Okay. Yep.
very mild anesthetic. Hold on. Everyone who needs to breathe, do you have a respirator or gas mask before I do this? This is very important.
You're pros. You got like the
You
temporary
hear
one.
like
The
a
nose
weird,
filters.
like a weird, like bzz from Jason, and it's kind of that's his chuckle of like, like
Yeah.
bzz, bzz.
And yes, everybody's got a little sort of just like a, it looks like a, let's be topical. Looks like an N95 mask, but it's more complicated than that. It'll actually give you about 20 minutes in pretty much any environment, as long as there's still oxygen in the room. It filters almost anything out, but 20 minutes, and then it becomes less effective.
Fair enough.
Breather unit.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, then we're going to see if we
See
can't
if it works. Yeah.
dig on in here, pour it
That's-
up in. Like, I'm not looking to knock anybody out. That would be a
No.
bit too suspicious.
Yep.
Just to make people sleepier and a little less
A little off their
on the
guard.
ball.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. So give me with advantage.
Hot box the apartment building.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna grab a fucking bong, just
Yeah, just rip it down the tube. Yeah.
shotgun it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh shit, Yahtzee!
Yeah. 3 6s?
That's the best roll of this night, and it probably didn't need to be.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So is
Three.
LSD you put in.
3 6s. Okay. I got you. Yeah. Vroom. You see it like you meant you sort of mix your chemicals and you accidentally spilt a little more than you should, but then the fan just vroom, and you see it sort of it's dripping off the back of the fan into the airflow and aerosolizing. So there's multiple sizes of droplet going into the system. It is you've essentially weaponized it. It's not going to kill anybody, but yeah, you said it wasn't going to knock people out, and I was perfectly good with that. It may have some interesting effects when you get down there, but of course you won't know until you go in.
I hope they're pack their bags. I think they're going on a trip. Let's go.
Okay.
What kind of lock are we looking at for getting?
The tower thing is it's literally an old school padlock. Yeah, on the flappy, the little flappy thing that opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see if 4 highly trained mercenaries can figure out the secret to getting
Open
through
the
a
door.
padlock locked with one of those flappy things.
I got a
Do
6.
I have to do this?
I got a 6. We're okay. I passed this time.
I want to know if the four hyper brains sitting at this table figured it out.
Yeah, you cut
Yeah.
the flap.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull a crowbar
Close.
out of my friggin' jacket.
Also close, yeah.
There's no lock, is there?
No, there's a lock.
I was just about to say, Jason's about to reach for it and just
Yeah,
grab
that
the
would work
lock,
too.
just
Uh,
bump.
the answer to this eternal problem in the real world too is a screwdriver, because they had to screw that
unscrew-
flap to the door. So you undo 2 screws, maybe 4, and the lock never has to be opened. And I've never understood why anybody puts a padlock with that flappy thing as a lock ever in the world. There you go.
Sorry,
Anyway, yeah, absolutely. And bam, you open it up and you're in. You can, as you open it up, you can see a flight of stairs going down. there's that smell of unwashed building. Like you can kind of smell people, and the windows haven't been opened in a while. It's a little musty. Yeah.
3 days before spring.
Yeah. And you are sorry. I mean, this city is just gray and full of ash and smog all the time anyway. But this is, you can smell the age of this building. It's not being taken care of at all. As you look down the flight of stairs, it's actually down below you. It's open, and it opens into this large open space.
We don't actually have control of our own tokens.
No, you don't. But you can see,
So,
right?
Yeah, we can
see it. Yeah.
So yeah. Let's not get into that conversation. I'll just
Yeah.
move them around.
Hey.
Not a problem. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know.
Ah.
I'm not building a whole new game. This is the last night we're using maps anyway. So with that, yeah, you come down down into what is clearly a waiting room. I should go doing that on stream, picking all the dead skin off my fingers. Anyway, yes, there's an open area. It's got chairs and tables and a wall screen. The wall screen has done that thing where it's been sitting there too long and it's gone to just green. And it's, you know, it's like, are you still watching? At the bottom pops up every once in a while. And there are two people down here who are sleeping in chairs. These are regular members. Like you can see, they've got, like you can see the band. They're wearing horns, but they're like Halloween kind of horns.
Right, they're not actual. Like,
it's red. It's
horns.
red makeup, and they've not done any alterations. These are just members. They're not any of the people. None of the 5 images that you've got.
Right, because the 5 images are like heavy body mods, and everybody else is just like dressing up.
Yeah, it's kind of a way. It seems like they kind of show their dedication to the cause by how much body mod they're willing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
A common theme among poser gangs.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess the question is, do we want to off these guys or embarrass the shit out of them?
I'm just gonna push my way past.
Yeah.
Just pull up my sleeve and just gonna go do little darts right into the both of them.
Okay. I'm assuming you're going to get a little closer than where you are right now to do that.
I don't really need to.
No, you don't. Okay. But I'll just have you. I'll just have you off the stairs. Yeah, you reach over to. Give me just 2 dice. Just sort of whether you're aware of this just before you pull the trigger.
One.
And one success, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Just as you're about to squeeze the trigger, you realize that they're not actually asleep. Their eyes are just slitted open, but they're moving. It's not REM sleep. They're watching TV. You look at the screen, and it's just that green screen, but you look back at them, and they're watching something's going. They're watching TV. Yeah, they're tripping hard.
Oh, they're chipping.
These two they're sitting right in my head. They're sitting basically right below the AC unit. So they got the very, like it all but dripped on them. So yeah.
They're having a great day.
For now, yeah.
Well,
until the clowns come.
Let's wait till they start to melt.
Well, I was just literally about to say, Jason's gonna go up and take like his quote unquote, so like he pulls a cloth out, they're tripping hard.
Yeah.
And he just is like humming some sort of tune, and he wipes away their face paint so they only have their eyes and that like big clown smile left. And he he breaks off one of their horns, the left one, just because he knows it's not one of the 5, but
they're plastic
in symbology, but he's just like
and perfect. So you're doing that Moose. It's just, I mean, you don't have to
Moose,
roll there.
what are those darts
20
do?
feet away? Just
it's called Narco Jet.
These guys might not wake up.
So
they'll wake up. They'll wake up. And they'll have a hangover.
Under normal circumstances, they would, but they're also already under the effect of a narcotic. It could be a multiple.
You shoot them,
effect,
and it's a quick response because you used whatever movie they were watching before you realized was very serious, and you basically just changed the channel, and you changed the channel for both of them to the same show because they're laughing, and they're kind of triggering each other, so it looks like they're laughing, like they're watching the same show on a blank TV screen.
Or,
So one of them, and then a split second later, the other one's. So yeah, it's like watching.
so Jason,
mushrooms,
Jason
basically.
finishes like
Yeah.
cleaning
Yep.
or
They're
cleaning their
totally
faces.
unaware of what
And
you're
because
doing.
he's a hologram AI, he kind of takes like, if this is possible, like an internal photo
Yeah.
and then sends it to feedback with the intention of like anonymously posting this to the web.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hey.
Start the hate mail. Yeah. Start the hate campaign.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, no, this
they're
is-
giggling.
Yeah.
This
The way
is
that they're
totally going on
giggling?
their Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet. This is about to though.
Yeah.
The way that they're giggling reminds me of like college days.
Yeah.
I walk right up to them. I pull a Sharpie out of a satchel on the side,
Yeah.
and I start scribbling dicks on their foreheads.
Jason takes their shoes off. Jason takes their shoes off first.
Oh no, this is
Yeah.
it's a frat
Oh, yeah.
party now.
Yeah,
It is a
Okay.
no,
party.
no.
Shoes
If the
off
shoes
first.
are on. It's a still fair game if the shoes are on. The shoes
Yeah.
are on. It's a party foul if the shoes are off.
The rules.
Exactly.
The rules. Oh
right.
my
Shoes
god.
are on.
Okay,
It's
so
fair game.
Then Jet's gonna just quickly zip tie and ball gag them because you said the bag
Yep.
has whatever we
Yep.
need.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not going anywhere anyway. It's another laughing around a rubber ball each. Drooling. Yeah.
If we're
And
supposed
then-
to humiliate the mean guys, we're gonna humiliate all of them.
These guys joined
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
These guys joined this afternoon, but yeah, you go ahead and have your fun.
And then
They'll
I
probably think it
suppose-
was an initiation ritual.
Probably.
Okay,
That's
now are
what's
we
gonna-
doing as a team clear the rooms? Are we gonna like split into teams of two? We want to make sure nobody gets away.
I want
Yeah, we wanted-
to
we
quickly
have a
describe one
good
thing.
time.
All these silver doors in this room are doors. Like you can, you
Yep.
know, you can see them.
Yeah.
These ones here, they are doors as well, but they're painted over. They've been painted over multiple times. So opening those is at the very least going to make some noise. But the rest of the doors in the room are accessible to you, as is the hallway going north. I did miss one line.
Okay, well,
All right. Well, if Jet's gonna start at that door nearest to that little isolated room nearest to our two giggling chuckle fucks.
Yeah,
this one
Nah.
or this one?
That one.
the second one. Okay.
This-
Boom. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Feedback's going to check this one. He's assuming it's going to be a closet or something.
Okay, so feedback's
Yep.
going there. Moose, where are you going? You were sort of, you two were over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that, you want to, you see the other two start to actually do the job. What do you do?
I'm gonna keep an eye on this set.
Let's play open all the doors.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna keep
you're
an
gonna
eye
watch-
on this set of doors
Okay.
while they're doing their thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna
and
back everybody up from like a central location in the room,
For sure.
which
you
is
gotta
roughly
go.
where I already am.
Yeah, because then you
Um,
can see down this hallway.
Yep.
And Jason, what are you doing?
Well, that's perfect because Jason really wanted to go check out that door.
Okay, so you go turn the line up the
So-
hall to there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So Moose can see them all very nicely.
All right, let's do this in this order. Feedback. Yeah, I mean, you're right at the top of the stairs. You just have to, yeah, we're just doing this by distance. You step up, turn the knob, push it open. Yeah, mops, brooms, cleaning supplies. Exactly
Okay.
what you thought. It is, it's also got a small chemical toilet in one corner, like a porta potty. And
Okay.
You can smell its.
It's been a while since it's been.
Well, no, it's. I was gonna say it smells like a porta potty, but it doesn't smell like the end of the weekend at Woodstock porta potty. It smells like a cleanish
Oh,
one.
it still smells like chemicals. And,
Yeah, exactly. It smells like the blue stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
blue
the
stuff.
blue liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not the brown stuff.
yeah, yeah. There you go. Perfect. So you open the door to that. Next by range is Jet.
He's gonna just open the door with one hand. He's got Zappy set on quiet and stun,
Okay.
which will still hurt like a muff because it's a heavy weapon. But
Yes.
it'll hurt quietly.
It's a really big beanbag.
Yep.
No, second floor. I gotta get up here. So ends the ground floor. That's not where I want to be. 7. There it is. All right. And 9. Yeah, you step up this door. It's I mean it's a office door. You know, this thin wood shitty office doors. You look down, it can be locked, but the slightest of wiggles tells you it isn't. Open it up and poke the gun in. The door opens up. Yeah, give me no, don't give me a roll. The walls are painted.
I don't like when you pause like that.
Well, I had to kind of figure out how I wanted to present this, but the walls are painted in black and white warped checkerboard. The whole room is painted like that. The ceiling and the floor do that paint thing where it's the simulated infinite tunnels. So when you look up, it looks like you could see into the ceiling. When you look down, it looks like it falls into a gravity well in the middle of the floor.
So glad I'm not high right now.
I was like, okay. Yeah.
And against one wall, suspended on magnets, in a single bed, there is a figure dressed in a Vanta black bodysuit that covers their entire body. So it's like a non-person lying there.
Can I tell if they're breathing or anything from this range?
Yeah, they're only like 10 feet away from you. Let me put them on the map here. So they are, oops, I moved the wrong thing. They're laying in that corner. They are breathing. You can see them sort of moving and shuffling and doing that sleep shuffle thing. They almost kind of recognized that their door was open. It was one of those.
Do they have horns?
You see, yes. The like I said, it's a black bodysuit, but it goes way up like this and then down again at the back. So yeah, underneath the bodysuit, they're completely wrapped, like the green men at the Canucks games. Like they're wearing the complete bodysuit covering the whole head, like a green screen suit. Sorry, yeah. Well, a more universal application, the green screen suit.
Green screen suit. Okay.
Except Vanta black. Yeah.
Well then, Jet is going to give them a taste of Zappy just to make sure that they.
You start to squeeze the trigger. Don't roll yet, because I'm going to do all of this at once. Down at the end of the hall, Jason. The door, as you walk up to it, is too ornate. Like it looks like a castle door. Like it's been cut to have a curve at the top.
Okay.
And it's big, thick, heavy planking with fake iron bars and a big swooping.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's all clearly fake.
Right.
You kind of wiggle the handle, not locked.
Not locked?
Not locked.
Okay. So Jason, now again, this is the first time I've played like Tiny Frontiers, hologrammed everything. Can Jason choose how corporeal he is? Or does he have to be fully
yay or
corporeal?
Nay. Yeah. Or
okay.
Or
Yeah.
double. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was my out of character question there. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Jason like kind of clicks open the door, but he is ready to like zip back into his bubble.
Yep.
Like the first time, like he's not very combat oriented. I mean, he does have his own sort of like laser pistol stun point. Like it's his own engineered. He's a black market engineer. Like that's his job, right? But he's so he has that in one hand, but he's ready to like whoop into his bubble if needed.
So as you peek open that door and you look into the dark bedroom, it's like looking into a museum. There's antique furniture that looks real. There's master works of art from the Renaissance all the way up to the present, post-cultural period, as I've chosen to call it. The bed is a 4-poster with, with the draperies and the whole deal.
Yeah.
And the whole bed, even though it's that colonial style with the posts and everything, doesn't have legs. It's floating in a magnetic field. You can see the whole thing shifting slightly. on it is an equally outrageously dressed human. Even though they're sleeping, they're wearing a blue and gold mask and blue and gold pajamas. They lay on top of the sheets, not underneath them. And one more thing I'm going to give you for free. On the only thing in this room that isn't absolutely perfectly where it should be is there's a water stain on the ceiling in one corner.
Okay. Are they alive? Like Jason's first instinct would be the same as Jet's. Like, are they alive?
Yep, they're breathing. Yep, they're lying like this on their back in the middle of a perfectly made bed,
Okay.
sleeping.
Are they act like, okay, so noticing that they're alive, are they actually sleeping though? Like, because there's a difference in Jason has an eidetic memory, so he's seen people breathing when they're actually sleeping and
they're
sleeping.
sleeping.
Pretending to sleep. They're
without even you having to roll. Yeah, they are sleeping. You can hear a slight snore, and you believe it.
Okay, Jason's not going to go into the room, but he he opens the door more, but he kind of like looks back to everybody else before he steps through, because he's alone. So he's like, I mean, they're checking the rooms, but he doesn't think he hasn't heard anybody else go like in. Yeah. Right. So he's like,
Moose. Yeah. At that moment, Moose, you see. I mean, you've done building searches a bazillion times. You can tell from the body language as they open the door. Feedback's like, not a problem. The other two are like, whoa, some shit's in here. What do you do?
And Jet pulls his gun out.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Jet's got his pistol out. Jason's like, whoa, at the end of the hall.
Yeah.
Jet's got a pistol out, and Jason has done the quick close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make eye contact with them to try to gauge like the severity of what they're looking at.
Oh, there's no eye contact with Jet. He went in.
Oh yeah, you're just going through the door, pulling the trigger. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So great. I just want to know what Moose is doing, and we're gonna do this all at once.
I'm gonna be swinging down the hallway.
Actually, I need to know also what feedback's gonna do. So you're heading down the hallway towards all the way to the end, or just to where Jet went into the room?
Just where Jet went in.
Jet's gone. You see him open the door and go in, and then down here at the end of the hallway, it's open the door, close the door.
I'm gonna start heading that way to feedback.
Okay.
Because I know that.
Yeah.
Or no, not feedback. Sorry, Jason.
So.
Jason. Yeah. Jason didn't close the door. He just kind of pauses and is like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get you all the way down to the. Yeah, that works. You can get all the way down there in one time. That's easy.
Guys, there's a dude. Guys.
As you run past, guys, there's a dude. And in the dark, you're hearing bzz, 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 as he tries to nuke him. Feedback. You turn back to tell them it's an empty room and they're all doing shit. What do you do?
Yeah, he'd be coming around the corner this way.
Yep.
And once he sees Moose take off north.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that the hallway is a little sparse or a little thin.
Yep.
So he's gonna kind of back up Jet. He's gonna get his rattler out
and head straight that way. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna burst you into that room too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One more thing. You saw this person, so I'm now going to put them on the map as well.
Oh, spooky boy.
They're embedded in the very corner. All right. With that, let's start with Jet. You step in the room and what does this weapon do if it successfully hits? Because you keep calling it a stunner.
I call it Zappy.
Zappy, right.
Normally on its highest setting, it's angry plasma. On its lowest setting, it's more like a souped up taser.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a Tesla coil.
Yeah. So that I'm assuming that's a mastery weapon. So give us 3 dice. What do you?
Right. I'm going to take the aim action since I have sharpshooter with it.
Oh my goodness.
Means I success on a 4, 5, or 6.
Yep. And So you're going to shoot twice, or you're going to focus and shoot?
Focus and shoot.
Okay.
I want to make this one count.
My goodness. Okay. Yep.
That would be 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So you just shoot the big black person-shaped tube thing on the bed, and you see the sparkling electric blue across that infinite black surface as it tries to swallow that light, just
Oh, that looks so cool.
all the way out to the end. You see threads popping and starting to smoke here and there. That is absolutely... You see them shudder and shake and start to sit up. They're not awake yet, but they're doing that reaction, that pain reaction thing, or they're just coming up. They're going to be awake at the end of, after everybody's gone, then everybody else, all of them are going to get to go. At the end of the hallway, you said the door was still open. Jason, what do? Moose is coming down behind you at speed.
I mean, if Moose is coming down the hallway at speed,
Yep.
Jason kind of does that thing where, like, you know how, like, bullfighters,
Yeah.
the way the flag them and they come,
Yeah,
and just like
yeah.
steps out of the way.
Yep. Here, let me get the door.
Yeah, pretty
Yep.
much that's what Jason's doing. He's like, okay.
Yep.
Just like push it out of the way.
Moose, you heading in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wah! You charge into the room through the door. You look over in the corner, and there's this. They're just starting to twitch again from all the noise. They were laying like this, all in blue and gold. You can see the horns. They've been gilded in this instance. As they start to sit up, the light catches them. They've been gilded gold. The skin is red, like an Algeri, but everything that they're wearing a mask over that's black or blue and gold.
In one very quick practice movement, you pull this sheet, tear the back off, and lunge forward to slap it on exposed skin.
What are
It's a slap patch.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
This one's a trank
Yeah.
slap
Okay.
patch, and as far as I remember,
They're gonna get a
they're
save.
like in almost if they don't save it.
Yeah. So yeah, you step forward and slap it on them. I'm gonna give them a save. Nope. So which one? Oh, that's okay. All right. So yeah, you step over to the corner and do that slap down. You see them, so just before they go out, you see their eyes open through the mask, and they stare not at you, but past you into the corner. And then
Does Jason
Definitely
see
gonna
this
spin
happen?
around.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can see it from the door.
Jason's like, whoop. At the same time, Moose spins around like,
Jason, all you see is the watermark in the corner. But Moose, from where you are, right by the bed, you look up and you can see this stain on the ceiling. But from here, it's one of those things where it's words all stretched out on the ceiling, and it's only visible from one spot. Where it actually looks like words. From anywhere else, it just looks like a stain. It says, I want to get this right.
We've been trying to
Yeah.
reach you about your car's extended
what? Literally, that was my
Close.
first thought, but I didn't want to be
It
the first
says,
one to say it.
I love it. It actually says, Saul the Sane thinks he lives here, but he doesn't.
Let me see what's here.
This
I'm
is
guessing this might be
definitely.
Saul.
You're looking down. This is definitely one of the 5. You pull the mask off. I mean, this guy's out between the drugs,
Yeah.
through the gas and the ceiling and everything else. Yeah, this dude is out cold. You pull it off. This big spittle from where he's drooling comes off with the mask, and you see the serious body modifications. They're trying to look so much like a bull. They've had the wide nose and the lips and the whole thing done. Even they've cut their hair in sort of a forelock to hang down on their forehead, and the horns and the whole bit. It matches the picture of Saul the Sane. This is the one you have to kill.
Sweet.
In the other room. Behind you, Jason, you see that realization in front of you. But in the other room, feedback. What are you doing?
Well, it wasn't exactly what he was expecting.
Yeah.
You know, a sleeping person getting zotted with
Yeah.
I guess what he's gonna do is like, is this person unconscious now? You said they were up against the wall.
No, they're coming up. They're it's basically like a sideways single bed Murphy bed. You know, it's just bolted to the wall and just flips down and they sleep on it like a cot.
Okay. Yeah.
They were on that. And just remember, this whole room is all the black and white, squiggly, weird, directional, funky stuff.
Okay.
So, yes.
I'm going to Rattler with my SMG. It's loaded with beanbags.
Okay, yeah.
So high velocity beanbags. In a burst.
That's 15 feet.
At 15 feet.
That just barely qualifies as non-lethal. But yeah,
I think they call it less lethal.
Crippling. I think crippling is yeah.
So
set to permanently maim.
I wish I was joking about that. They don't call them non-lethal anymore. They call them less lethal.
Lethal,
yes. Yeah, we got the other half of that straight from earlier. 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. There you go. There's some successes here. So yeah, between that, they start to set up and it's just boom, 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 and they fall back against the wall. It's the end of the round right now anyway. So the only thing that they get to do, you just see them reach forward like they're reaching for their alarm clock or there's something on the counter, and they just slap this little silver ball and it falls off the counter like it's out of their reach, and it hits the floor, and I need a save from both of you. Just one die.
Okay.
5 or 6.
5.
5. You get your eyes closed.
1.
You do not.
Into the jail.
No, really?
You're gonna have enough to recycle at the end of the night. So perfect. Jet, you get your eyes closed, or the goggles glaze over like they're supposed to. Your anti-flash technology is not working. Feedback. It's blam. This flashbang goes off 15 feet in front of you. Never mind, you can't see. You can see, but all you can see is bright blue. It's like being inside a fluorescent bulb. You're just like,
my
the
eyes
light
are living
has
up to my
physical properties.
My eyes are living up to my name.
Oh yeah, they are. And
if I sound new ones after this,
if I sound a little strident about this, it's because I have been flashbanged from about 20 feet away, so I know what this is like. And they say you can't hear. No, you can hear. You can hear an elephant farting in China. You can hear everything. Everything screams and howls. Your ears are just telling you that they've exploded. Your eyes are telling you you live inside a fluorescent light bulb. You cannot stand because you don't know which way is up. And you just drop to your knees and shaking your head. You are out of this for at least this sort of next round.
Instead of screaming, what Jet hears is feedback. Like you hear just this screech coming from his mouth, and it doesn't sound human.
Yeah,
like even remotely. Even if you took the feedback out, there's something wrong.
But the good news is that person across the room shudders back against the wall and slumps, and is now, because they've kind of gone all boneless, unconscious person, it's a weirdly shaped black sort of puddle over in the corner underneath this cot.
Well, are we still in combat then? If he's unconscious,
that is the end of the first round of all of you. So second round for everybody. Let's start with Jason. What are you doing?
Well, Jason sees this thing happen, and just to clarify, does Moose say "sweet" out loud when he realizes? Because I just want to clarify that one.
When you realized it was Saul?
Yeah.
Moose?
Was that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so Jason kind of hears this, and hears this, looks at the corner and everything, and kind of steps in and goes, "This one, like totally dead, like this sleeping, like, because Saul's just like,
yeah, oh yeah,
like,
he's asleep, yeah."
And so like Jason's like, "This is it, this one." And there's like a slight edge of confusion, but Jason normally has no really intonation.
Yeah.
His voice, it's usually pretty monotone.
Yeah.
This one.
I just nod.
This is it.
Yeah. This is it. So yeah.
And so Jason goes, "Do it."
Not yet.
Do it.
If he's
No, but
got, if he's
there's
got,
there's no
No.
emotion. It's just
that's what Jason says. Now let's do it's Moose turn.
and then
It's
Moose
Moose's
says
turn.
not yet,
Yeah.
and just goes, why?
I will. Well, I'll let you know. As you know, the techie engineer, your character might know this, but there is such a thing as monitoring that is connected directly to emergency services. There's a very good chance, saying as this guy's rich, if his heartbeat stops, emergency services will know instantly.
So you're gonna check and see if he's got that. I see which games
Biomon.
you shadow run playing.
I
Meta
am
game and
a
I love
seasoned
it.
runner.
Yeah, you are.
This guy's got trauma team on
fair.
speed dial.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
Well,
the
he's
when
probably got.
Moose-
He's
It was
probably
how they got
what they
above
call the
medical
platinum
healing.
service.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Moose will say this, and Jason will reach into his pack because he is a black market engineer, and he just kind of pulls out. They're almost like Dramamine wristbands,
yeah.
but instead it's like those faux pulses.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
he's like,
Well, he's already out. The thing is,
Yeah.
you're
no, but,
right.
But
Yeah.
it's a false pulse
It
bracelet.
checks the
Yeah.
heartbeat.
Yes.
Actual
Right.
heartbeat.
So Jason, it's like a Dramamine bracelet, but it's a
Okay. So
installs a
oh, I
pulse
see what
into
it
the
means.
wrist.
It
It's
gives
like
it
a
gives a
TENS
message.
almost.
I
Yeah, it's
like
almost like
that.
a TENS. It's almost like a
Beautiful.
TENS machine bracelet.
Yep.
And it's like false pulse.
That's false pulse.
False
I love
pulse.
it. That is engineering.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's the
Jason's
kind
a
of thing
black
I
market
want.
engineer. Like
Yes, that's what
he's
I
like,
want from Jason.
false
That's the
pulse.
kind of engineering stuff. Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
So yes, Moose, you can kill him as long as you put this on it. And you're right. You scan him, and you sense the monitor. It is in there. You were absolutely right. If you had killed them, but it's not the platinum. This is. I mean, this guy's got bronze, right? He's probably abusing the 30-day free trial. To be fair.
different emails
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, it basically just means DocReg will take a little bit longer, and they won't show up with a bunch of fucking
Yep.
armed people.
So, with that, are you taking the horn?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm
left.
gonna take out a
horn,
mono wire garage.
Yeah. Monofilament and just wrap it around it. It takes a couple pulls because this is real bone. What you realize as you pull, this is a real horn that's been bonded to the bone of his skull. So when you
I'm
take
just
it,
gonna feel
there's kind
that.
of it's not to mention you kind of trepanated him at the same time because they took the bone from the skull, opened it up, put the horn in. So when you take the horn, there's a hole in the skull left behind.
No, I was thinking just be like,
We just
pull
saw
the
it
wire
off just above that.
and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you know, you gotta like
Yep.
wrap it around, and then pull, and
Yep.
it tightens the wire. That should just like.
We can both have what we want. The horns are slightly hollow, so you can see that it still goes inside. There you go.
As Moose is doing this, Jason just like slaps this bracelet
Yep.
on the wrist because like pain does emit like a higher
Oh yeah.
pulse.
Well, were you
right?
gonna remember this guy has to be dead? So Moose, are you killing him as soon as the bracelet's on?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm
just
just
Yeah.
gonna.
you guys finish off Saul and take. You have Saul's horn.
If there is any inclination,
Yeah.
this is done with no hesitation. No, like I've done this a lot,
Yeah. You're just doing your
so
job.
Jason
And-
would know that.
Yeah, but also
Or
Jason,
might
like
notice it.
Jason's the type of person like
You wouldn't have
completely
responded
unfazed.
anyway. Yeah. There's no
Like-
emotional response.
Jason is Moose's perfect partner because Jason's like,
Yep. In
Good
the
job.
other.
I'm just like done.
in the
Yeah,
other.
I look over to see if there's any reaction. Don't see one and go.
Yeah.
Just a little nod. Just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Let's go.
there's just nothing.
In the other room, the two of you, Jet, your target is utterly unconscious, boneless. You can see now what's happening is the drug that you introduced from upstairs isn't, if you were awake when you got it, it isn't really causing any effects, but it's making it all but impossible to recover when things happen to you. It's like once you're knocked down, it makes it hard to get back up.
Well, unlike Chumbawamba, I'm not letting him get back up again. Just gonna go over,
It
yank
looks
the mask off, make sure it's one of our targets.
Yep. You
And it
rip
is.
the mask, and yeah, laying in front of you is the one known as Solarian.
Solarian. Well, all right then. Just gonna grab the horns, put
Yep.
a knee on the back of his neck, yank up
And just, yep.
to hear that nice crunchy sort of stepping on a bag of chips sound.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And once he's done, we're going to take the left horn.
Proceed.
We're going to take the
remove
right horn.
Okay.
Then we're going to get him out of this fucking bodysuit,
Yes.
slather him in that sunscreen I told you I was bringing in, the really super high SPF sunscreen.
Yes.
Because fuck you, sun-loving mother. Wedge him into that leopard print Speedo.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
And leave his corpse there.
On the bed with no horns in a Speedo. He's a major member, and he's had the body mod done. It's the red is tattooed. It's not just paint, but he ran out of money, so it only goes down to kind of here, and the arms only go up to sort of here. So when you've left him in the leopard print Speedo, there's sort of leopard print, human skin, and then the extremities are done in this bad red tattoo.
So
The
it looks
horns
like
are
he's
now
already burnt.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he fell asleep.
Yeah, he's got the worst farmer's tan in history. And you leave them on their bed. Yeah.
And one more thing. Gonna leave out a magazine that says Sexy Bulls Monthly. Let's just really cap it off there.
Yeah.
Set up a camera.
One thing, as you take the suit, like it's almost hard to hold because it's Vanta Black. It's hard to find. But when you lift it up, there's a fine metal filament woven through it. That's what you saw sparkle. And you realize that whatever function it had, you've burnt it out, but it's fixable. And this suit does something more than just be Vanta Black.
Yeah, we'll just let's pack that away for
Shove
later.
it in the pocket. Make a note.
Yep. And then we're gonna go try and help
Solarian's
Fee's back.
bodysuit. Yeah. And then you step out the door.
It's
Feedback.
not facing the door. It is now.
Your feedback, you kind of blink, 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 and it starts coming back a little bit at a time. The first thing you can hear is a phone, like just mosquitoes. Yeah, just processing hard. Yeah, almost like the HAL sequence from the 2001, except in reverse. He has to kind of relearn language. Your breath comes back to you, and you come back to this world again, and blink your eyes just in time to see Jet
Everything's
walk out the
in
door.
negative because my eyes are fried.
Yeah, you look over in the corner and on the shelf. Yeah, even in negative, that's an even worse image over there on the cot.
Yeah.
Jet heads out the door and down the
He's
hall
going to set up
towards the other
before we go out of that. He's going to set up a video camera like he was setting up for a shoot.
two. Yeah.
So his Sexy Bulls Monthly, everything that, and plus he's
Live streaming it on the APM website. Yeah, you got access.
Yeah, that's going straight to the Facebook group.
Excellent. Yeah. Live share. On Meta.
Yeah.
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 As he's trying to regain his hearing.
Absolutely. So, at that moment, as you sort of stumble to your feet and begin to make sense of the world, a flashbang grenade just went off in a room in a building that was already on edge. To no one's great surprise, except everyone who's ever played D&D, an alarm starts to go off. For the first time ever in like 45 years of Dungeons and Dragons, a loud noise in one room has extended beyond the 15-foot radius of the room, and the rest of the place heard it.
No way!
Yes, it happened.
I've got to know, it's already happened. I'm not trying to retcon it, but where was he keeping that thing? Because I could see him, and you didn't describe any shelf or anything.
The grenade, it was on his table. Like it's because he reached like he was trying to reach like for his alarm clock, and he just knocked the silver ball off the table, and it was a sun grenade.
I'm watching.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Watch it back. I'm pretty sure I explained that.
Yeah, you did.
Like I said, it happened. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
You did explain that.
The four of you, two of you in the big hallway at the end, having just killed this guy. One question, a very leading question. There was a thing you were supposed to do, but the guy who has the thing that needs to do the thing isn't in your room.
No.
He's in fact on his knees in the other room, seen in reverse.
Yes, he is.
Feedback's got the envelope.
Yeah.
I mean, there were still, like, Jason wasn't concerned. There's still 3 other people.
Oh, yeah,
you
still 3 more horns you have to correct.
Yeah, so Jason's like, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's Jason's
I don't have time. Like, as soon as I hear the flashbang, I'm just in fucking
full mode. Yeah, absolutely.
Overwatch.
So, instead of fade out music, we go out on the sound of an alarm echoing through this building. All
I hear is
yeah. All you hear is yeah, that's all. Yeah, you're the only one. Yeah. For you, it's an alarm for dogs. Yeah, that's all you can hear is it's in the ultrasonic. We're going to give you 1 sentence each. What do you say or think as that alarm starts to go off when you're only 40% done your mission? In fact, no one of you knows that you're more than 20%, and no one of you knows more than you've got 1 set of horn or 1 horn. So, let's start with Jason. 1 sentence, thought or out loud or think. Yeah.
The alarm starts going off, and Jason, you hear that like TV censored like beep,
Yep.
you know, like and there's just like this like string of static that kind of turns into a beep, and Jason is gone into his bubble,
Thunk into
like
your bubble.
whoop, into his bubble.
Yep. Okay.
Like some sort of weird techno turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, he is. Jason does not do confrontation unless needed.
Jet, what do you do? 1
Fuck.
sentence. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
gotta trap the stairs.
Yep. And you just start to spin, head back towards the stairs. Moose.
Yeah, I think I might have heard Jet say "fuck" at the same time that I did.
Yep.
I mean, Jason had beeped it out, but that
The difference was Moose's was full of joy and hope. Fuck.
Well, I do get annoyed when something that's supposed to be quiet goes loud.
Yep. It wasn't you guys that did it. It was me.
How fucking far is Lone Star away now? Is
You're in the
what
shitty
he's
part of town,
thinking.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's how much time we've got. Lone Star wasn't supposed to get involved. Now there's an alarm going off of that.
There's an alarm going. That doesn't mean that Lone Star.
There's only a local
That's
alarm,
true.
yes. You guys
Yes.
did kill the power on the way in, so this alarm is strictly the honkies. I mean, you can hear it out in the street, but it's the honky
honkies.
noises in this building. The honkies. The things, the
Honky
tannoys. the tannoys, yeah.
I was like, why is
Hey,
it gotta
honk.
be about race?
Yes.
Klaxons, with klaxons and everything.
I'm allowed to use that word.
Feedback's fuck is more of a fuck my ears.
Yeah.
So it's
So
like,
yes,
fuck,
you're the close.
Fuck, beep, fuck my ears.
Yeah. And with
Yeah.
that, we will drop the curtain on this week. Oh.
Fuck is the last thing you want to say in
Literally,
this
they all
context.
just say at the simultaneously as
Yeah.
before it fades. You just hear a collective fuck.
Yeah.
And then
But
The,
you hear
the four
3
camera
fucks
thing.
and
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
mop.
Yeah.
Mop,
just-
mop.
Yeah.
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 So with that, we will disperse the game until next week. Thank you to everybody involved. Oh, so much fun. I like rolling real dice. It turns out I miss it, so we're gonna do a lot more of this.
I'm
But
cool with that.
Solid.
thank you so much to Mana Queen, to Bison, to Roosbar, and to, I'm only going to do it at the start, at the end to Bat Kyle. Thank you all for joining us. And we will see you all next week for the second part of this run. You are technically 40% finished, but between the masks that you've got on that give you 20 minutes of clean air and the sirens going off, time is not on your side. So with that, and only 2 more thank yous. One to the chat. Thank you all so much tonight. You were way sort of over here on the corner of a screen, and I kind of didn't watch it much, so thank you. I know you were over there. I know you were typing. I didn't see much of it tonight, but thank you very much. And in the future, YouTube peoples, if you watched all the way to here, please hit that like button, because we're going to assume you did. And hit the notification bell, too, because I don't post on a schedule. I kind of post when I'm not doing other stuff. So hit that bell. And with that, all that remains, unlike in our games, until next time, please be Be nice to each other. Good night, everybody.